All right, so ever feel like your energy levels are just kind of, I don't know, MIA? Or maybe your knees sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies every time you stand up.
Yeah, I've been there.
Turns out, calcium might be the missing link. And no, we're not just talking about chugging milk all day. Today's deep dive is all about uncovering those unexpected calcium powerhouses that often fly under the radar.
Right, and we're pulling back the curtain on some seriously cool info from a FitTuber video that really got me thinking differently about calcium.
For me, it was that stat they dropped. 99% of our body's calcium is stored in our bones and teeth. It's like, whoa, this stuff is serious business.
Absolutely, it's the foundation, right? But here's the thing. If you're not getting enough calcium through your diet, your body starts pulling it from those reserves.
Like robbing Peter to pay Paul. And suddenly those aches, pains, and that afternoon energy slump start making a whole lot more sense.
Your body's basically sending up a flare saying, hey, need more calcium over here, stat.
Now, I'll admit, whenever I hear calcium, my brain instantly goes, got milk. But this video really made me question if dairy is always the answer.
Yeah, and for some people, dairy's a no-go zone anyway because of digestive issues or other reasons. So where do you turn when you need a calcium boost without the, shall we say, digestive drama? Well, the FitTuber video had some surprising answers.
Okay, you've got to spill the beans. What are these mystery calcium sources?
All right, buckle up, because this first one blew my mind, tuna, also known as edible lime.
Wait, like the stuff in margaritas?
Not quite. We're talking about a specific type of purified lime that's been used in Ayurveda for centuries.
Ayurveda? That's fascinating. So how do you even use this tuna stuff?
They recommend taking just a tiny amount, like a grain of wheat, and mixing it with some curd before breakfast. Apparently, the fat in the curd helps your body absorb that calcium better.
Okay, you've definitely piqued my curiosity. But for those of us not quite ready to jump on the tuna train, what else is on the menu?
Well, if you're looking for something a bit more familiar, how about those trusty sesame seeds? Turns out they pack a whopping 8 times the calcium of milk.
8 times. Seriously. You know, I've been battling some knee pain lately, and the video mentioned sesame seeds could help. Is that for real?
They brought up a study about sesame seeds and joint health, and apparently there's a compound in them called sesamin that might have protective effects on cartilage. It's amazing how these traditional foods often hold hidden benefits.
It really makes you think twice about what you put on your plate, right? So we've got tuna for the adventurous eaters, sesame seeds for a familiar boost. What else is on this calcium hit list?
Let's talk about dal, specifically kulthi dal, also known as horse gram. It's a true calcium superstar.
I'll be honest, kulthi dal isn't exactly a regular in my kitchen. What's it taste like?
It's got a unique, earthy flavor that's worth exploring. Plus, it's the king of calcium among all the dals, with a whopping 300 milligrams per 100 grams. And, bonus points, it's even believed to help prevent kidney stones.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Preventing kidney stones while getting my calcium fix. Sign me up. What else have we got?
Get ready to have your mind blown by this next one. Ragi, or finger millet. We're talking 10 times the calcium of wheat.
10 times. No way. I had no idea ragi was such a calcium powerhouse. But I've got to admit, I'm not exactly a ragi cooking pro. Any tips?
The video had some great ideas. You can try the classic ragi roti, whip up a quick and tasty ragi malt, or even sneak some into your dosa or idli batter.
These are great tips. I'm already feeling inspired to get creative in the kitchen. Okay, what's the last stop on our calcium adventure?
We've covered some pretty unique options, so let's round things out with one that might already be hiding in your pantry. Rajgira, also known as amaranth.
Isn't rajgira more of a fasting food, though?
You're right, it's often associated with religious fasting, but don't let that fool you. This stuff is a nutritional powerhouse, and when it comes to calcium, it doesn't disappoint.
Okay, I'm intrigued. The video mentioned a Rajgira halwa recipe that sounded incredible. You know, it's funny. I always thought if I was eating the right foods, I was good to go. But this whole calcium absorption thing has got me rethinking things.
It really highlights the difference between just eating and actually nourishing your body, doesn't it?
Totally. Like, I could be downing sesame seeds and ragi roti all day long, but if my gut's not happy, am I really getting the benefits?
That's exactly what they're saying in the video. It's like having a fancy sports car, but putting in the wrong kind of fuel.
It makes sense, though, right? When your digestion is off, you just feel blah, blah.
Exactly. Your body needs to break down and absorb those nutrients properly. If your gut's not up to the task, you're missing out.
So a happy gut equals happy bones, essentially.
I like it.
It's a key piece of the puzzle, for sure.
Okay, so besides keeping our guts in tip-top shape, what else can we do to make sure we're actually absorbing all that calcium?
Well, remember how we talked about vitamin D earlier? Turns out it's not just about strong bones. Oh, right. Vitamin D. To be honest, I kind of zone out whenever someone starts talking about vitamins, but I know it's important. Can you remind me how it all works with calcium?
Think of vitamin D as calcium's best friend. It helps your body absorb calcium from your food and get it to where it needs to go.
So even if I'm eating all the right things, without enough vitamin D, I'm kind of sunk.
It's like having a beautifully set table, but no one to eat the meal. You need vitamin D to make it all work.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. It makes you want to soak up some sunshine.
Exactly. And the FitTuber video had some cool tips for boosting vitamin D naturally. They mentioned adding things like mushrooms to your diet and even trying specific types of dairy, like A2 milk.
Mushrooms and sunshine, got it. You know, this whole vitamin D and calcium connection made me think about something else from the video, the part about calcium supplements. They didn't exactly seem like the miracle cure I thought they were.
Yeah, there's definitely more to the story than just popping a pill.
They talked about how taking calcium supplements without enough vitamin D or the right fats in your diet might not be doing much at all.
Right, it's about balance. They even mentioned some concerns that too much calcium from supplements without the right balance could lead to calcium deposits in the wrong places, like your arteries.
Now that's a little scary. Sounds like focusing on real food sources and getting enough vitamin D is the way to go.
Absolutely. It's about working with your body, not against it.
Which brings us right back to those awesome calcium-rich foods we've been talking about. So much better than relying on a pill, right?
100%. It's amazing how much power our food has to heal and nourish.
This deep dive has been a total eye-opener. But wait, there's more, isn't there? The video also went into some myths about calcium deficiency, didn't it?
Oh yeah, they did. And some of them might surprise you.
So we've been talking about all these amazing calcium sources, but the video also mentioned something that kind of surprised me. They said that a lot of people, especially in India, still struggle with calcium deficiency.
It's true, and it's not always as straightforward as just not eating enough calcium-rich foods. Like we've been discussing, there are so many factors at play.
Right, like our gut health and vitamin D levels, but they also mentioned something about certain drinks potentially messing with calcium absorption.
Oh yeah. They specifically called out things like tea, coffee, and those sugary drinks we all know aren't doing us any favors.
So it's not that you can never have a cup of coffee, but maybe go easy on the sugary sodas, especially if you're trying to boost your calcium intake.
Exactly. It's all about balance, right? And speaking of balance, the video also touched upon the Ayurvedic perspective on calcium deficiency, which I found really fascinating.
Oh yeah, they mentioned something about, well, this is a bit delicate, but excessive self-gratification potentially affecting calcium levels.
They did, and it just goes to show how holistic Ayurveda is. It's about considering all aspects of our lifestyle and how they impact our well-being.
It's a good reminder that sometimes we need to look beyond just the food on our plate.
Absolutely. And speaking of things we might not always think about, the video also circled back to the topic of modern milk quality.
Oh yeah, the idea that milk might not be the calcium champion we once thought it was.
Right. They talked about how changes in milk production practices could be impacting its nutritional value and potentially even making it harder for our bodies to absorb the calcium.
Which brings us back to why it's so important to diversify those calcium sources.
Exactly. This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the fact that there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
It's been amazing exploring all these different angles, from ancient Ayurvedic wisdom to modern dietary recommendations.
And remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's always more to learn and explore.
So true. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our deep dive into the incredible world of calcium, inspired by the insights from FitTuber. We've busted myths, uncovered hidden calcium gems, and learned how important vitamin D, gut health, and even ancient wisdom are for maximizing our calcium levels.
Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to our health. So keep asking questions, keep experimenting, and most importantly, listen to your body.
We'll be back next time to dive into a whole new topic. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay healthy.